I don't think people understand just how wild the story of Eddie Winslow really is. What the heck happened to Eddie Winslow? It's a fall from grace like no other. Mired in almost six figures of child support debt, rumors of secret transgender relationships, and the cold reality of prison time. The pieces of Darius McCrary's explosive downfall don't fit until now. We all remember Eddie Winslow, the cool, charming older brother from Family Matters. He was the guy with the quick wit, the big heart, and the signature smile that made millions of viewers tune in every week. For so many fans, Eddie wasn't just a character, he was a symbol of family, laughter, and the ups and downs of growing up. For 9 unforgettable seasons, Darius McCrary was a beloved fixture in our homes. He grew up before our eyes, transforming from a fresh-faced teen into a household name. The cast felt like family, and McCrary's charisma made Eddie Winslow a fan favorite, cementing his place in television history. But behind the sitcom smiles and the laughter, McCrary's real life was unraveling in ways few could have imagined. Fame brought pressure, and the spotlight often hides the pain that comes with it. Off camera, he faced struggles that no script could resolve. The headlines now tell a very different story: arrest at the border, felony charges, and the looming threat of prison time. The world watched in shock as the beloved TV star's name became linked to scandal and legal trouble. The gap between the wholesome TV son we all adored and the troubled man facing the justice system is staggering. It's a transformation that's hard to comprehend, leaving fans and friends alike asking, what went wrong? This isn't a sitcom crisis that wraps up in 30 minutes. This is a real-life spiral played out in public for all to see. The cameras that once celebrated his success now document his downfall, capturing every painful moment. How did a promising young actor, once full of hope and potential, end up here? The journey from child star to troubled adult is filled with heartbreak, missed opportunities, and the harsh realities of fame. The path from TV icon to defendant is littered with personal struggles, legal battles, and public scandal. Each headline tells a piece of the story, but the truth is far more complicated than any tabloid can capture. As we peel back the layers of this shocking downfall, we find a story far more tragic and complex than anyone imagined. It's a cautionary tale about fame, family, and the hidden battles that can bring even the brightest stars to their knees. On Family Matters, the Winslows were the picture of stability. Every week, viewers tuned in to see a family that always found a way to come together, no matter what life threw at them. The laughter, the hugs, and the heartfelt lessons made the Winslow home feel like a safe haven, a place where problems were solved with love and understanding. Eddie Winslow, played by Darius McCrary, always had a loving family to turn to on screen. His parents were supportive, his siblings were close, and even the quirkiest neighbors became part of the family's embrace. For millions of fans, Eddie's life seemed almost perfect. But behind the scenes, Darius's real life was nothing like the sitcom. The world he returned to after filming was far more complex and challenging than the scripted comfort of the Winslow household. His father was a talented musician, and his brother was an actor. Show business was the family business. From a young age, Darius was surrounded by the entertainment industry, with all its glamour and its pitfalls. Growing up in Hollywood meant constant pressure and unpredictability. Instead of the safe, suburban life his TV character enjoyed, Darius faced the relentless demands of fame, the scrutiny of the public eye, and the uncertainty that comes with a career in showbiz. The support systems were different too. The clear-cut roles and unwavering support of the Winslow household didn't exist off-screen. Real life was messier, with blurred boundaries and complicated relationships. Darius has spoken openly about the dangers and pressures he faced as a young actor, challenges Eddie Winslow never had to confront. The expectations were high, and the spotlight could be unforgiving, especially for a child star trying to find his place in the world. Navigating two identities, TV son and real-life child star, became a defining struggle for Darius. Balancing the demands of fame with the need for a normal childhood was never easy. The warmth of the Winslows was just a role. The reality was far more complicated, filled with challenges that couldn't be resolved in a half-hour episode. This duality, living between the on-screen dream and the off-screen reality, shaped the man Darius McCrary would become, teaching him resilience, adaptability, and the importance of finding his own path beyond the spotlight. Darius McCrary's love life has been a storm of marriages, breakups, and public allegations. His marriage to Karine Stephens ended in a messy public divorce. His second marriage to Tammy Bronner brought even more turmoil, including a bitter custody battle and disturbing abuse allegations. McCrary denies all accusations, claiming he's the real victim, but the public spectacle has left fans questioning the truth. His relationships with his children have suffered, and ongoing child support disputes have only deepened the chaos. Beyond marriages, every new relationship seems to bring more drama. The search for stability in his personal life has been elusive. Love, marriage, and scandal have become central to his public identity. For Darius, finding peace at home has been as difficult as any Hollywood role. The latest chapter in McCrary's life began at the US-Mexico border, a place often associated with hope, new beginnings, and sometimes second chances. But for McCrary, it was the site of an unexpected and dramatic turn. He was arrested, not for his charitable intentions, as many had believed, but for something far more personal and troubling, an outstanding warrant that had been quietly following him for years. The story that had been painted of a noble mission to help others quickly unraveled. As McCrary attempted to re-enter the United States, border agents ran a routine check and discovered a serious issue. He owed over $95,000 in unpaid child support, a staggering amount that had escalated to felony status. What was supposed to be a simple crossing turned into a legal nightmare, exposing a side of his life that had long been hidden from the public eye. This arrest wasn't just a random event or a case of bad luck. It was the culmination of a lengthy and complicated legal battle that had been brewing for years. Courtrooms, lawyers, and judges had all played a part in this ongoing saga, and now it had reached its breaking point. McCrary was booked into a San Diego jail, and in that moment, his carefully crafted public image began to crumble. The world saw not the beloved actor, but a man in crisis, facing the consequences of his actions. The border, which might have symbolized a fresh start or a new chapter, instead became a dead end. For McCrary, it marked the abrupt halt of his journey, both literally and figuratively. This incident didn't just highlight a single mistake, it brought years of financial and legal troubles crashing to the surface. Headlines blared about his debt, and the pressure mounted as the world watched. The carefree, lovable Eddie Winslow persona that fans adored was nowhere to be found. In its place stood a man forced to confront the harsh realities of adulthood, responsibility, and the consequences of long-avoided obligations. The arrest sparked a media frenzy. Paparazzi swarmed the courthouse, and every move McCrary made was scrutinized. It was a public reckoning, a moment where years of avoidance and denial could no longer be hidden behind fame or charm. The reality was harsh and inescapable. The justice system had finally caught up with him. For McCrary, this was more than just a legal setback. It was a turning point, a moment that demanded accountability and change. When McCrary appeared in court via video, confusion reigned. He repeatedly insisted he was there on a special appearance, a legal term that didn't apply, frustrating the judge and highlighting his disconnect from the situation. The judge quickly appointed a public defender, noting McCrary's lack of understanding. His bail request was denied. He remained in custody. McCrary's defense? He claimed he never received the court summons, blaming clerical errors and health issues. His team painted him as a victim of bureaucratic mishaps, not a fugitive. Ultimately, he agreed to extradition to Michigan to face 4 felony counts. The preliminary hearing ended, but the real legal battle was just beginning. The drama was far from over. His fate now rested in Michigan's hands. McCrary's arrest is just the latest in a long line of personal and legal troubles. Both ex-wives have accused him of abuse, casting a dark shadow over his reputation. But McCrary has his own story. He claims he was exploited as a young actor, revealing he was inappropriately touched by a Hollywood executive. These dueling narratives, abuser and victim, create a tangled web of trauma. His life is a powerful example of how cycles of pain can persist and shape a person. The unresolved trauma and public fallout have fueled his adult chaos. Behind this sitcom smile is a story of deep, enduring pain. Rumors about McCrary's romantic life, especially with transgender model Sydney Starr, have added another layer to his public image. Viral photos and videos fueled speculation, with both parties sometimes playing into the ambiguity. McCrary eventually addressed the rumors, focusing on acceptance and criticizing the public's obsession with his private life. The reaction revealed more about societal prejudices than about McCrary himself. He became a focal point in conversations about identity and acceptance. The truth remains murky, but the episode showed his willingness to defy expectations. Every rumor and relationship is dissected under the public microscope. McCrary's story is a classic child star cautionary tale. As Eddie Winslow, he was America's favorite teen, but after Family Matters ended, he struggled to move on. The industry and public wanted him to stay Eddie forever, making it nearly impossible to redefine himself. He's worked steadily, but never recaptured his early fame. The pressure and lack of a normal childhood took a toll, leading to personal and professional struggles. Like many child stars, he faced addiction, financial woes, and legal trouble. The ghost of Eddie Winslow is both a professional and personal hurdle. It's a past he can't escape, and an ideal he can't live up to. His life is a stark warning about the high price of early fame. As of October 2025, McCrary's future is uncertain. He faces 4 felony charges and the real possibility of prison. His legal team claims it's all a misunderstanding, blaming clerical errors and missed notifications. The prosecution sees a man who's dodged responsibility for years. The courtroom will decide which story prevails. But redemption is about more than legal victories. It requires real change and accountability. Can McCrary move past his scandals and rebuild his life? The world is watching, waiting to see if he can finally take care of his own family matters. Or is this just the beginning of an even greater fall?